Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Houston Texans.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Texans offense heading out behind their quarterback in his second season. Last year's Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Opening play, and Stroud will throw it. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This defense for the Vikings, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
First carry here for Joe Mixon. The numbers for Mixon last week, 14 carries, 63 yards.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Once again, they run with Mixon. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You look at this defense for the Vikings. They were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Stroud looking to throw. He'll complete this one to Collins. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Stroud wants to change it up with an audible. They'll look to throw here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the 1st down.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. And Stroud now to throw. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Touchdown! Stephon Diggs. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And able to get this out to the 25. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They go play action with Hurts. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And the return will stop right around the 25. So already trailing, Charles, they opted to try to take a shot on their first play from scrimmage. Obviously, that one didn't pan out.
Absolutely not. And how about the momentum that's being created now? You score, you take it away, big return. You got a chance to go up 2 touchdowns here early in the game. That'll feel great for their team.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 16. Calling an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Joe Mixon, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage partners. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
And now it's blocked. This is going the other way. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, there's a blocked extra point. I remember playing, and we had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry, it's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see a point is gold to them because you never know how it's going to turn out later.
Exactly. That's why I was just going to say first quarter. We'll see if this has any implications as the game goes on.
I still can't believe they told the head coach to relax. Whoa.
Bad move. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. Down the sideline he goes. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Vikings. Jalen Waddle, 77 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. The point after is good. And it's now 13-7. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. And now out comes Houston. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. No big surprise. Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Again, it's Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Texans. Tank Dell, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about...
And it's blocked. And the Vikings have got it. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way into the end zone, and it's 2 points. Well, I think I need an oxygen mask after those last 2 plays, CD. The long touchdown followed by the even longer return on the block PAT.
I wonder if after that long touchdown, if someone actually needed a play off and didn't take it, and maybe that was the breakdown in protection that led to the block.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's
and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then. It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Mixon again. And this time he is in for a Houston touchdown.
Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a...
Oh, this is blocked. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now, much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The numbers for Jones last week, very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Quick hitter to Jalen Waddle. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage, when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Play action. Here's Hurts. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. That's into the hands of Waddle downfield. Touchdown, Vikings! Jalen Waddle with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that trims the lead down to 9. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot the last couple of games.
And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Stroud out of the gun here. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Williams being motion left. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. He'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
You look at the defense for these Texans.
They come into this one rounding out
to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. There's a ball thrown right side and complete.
Now he's into the clear again. Jalen Waddle, touchdown. Jalen Waddle
doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is down to 2. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
And here comes the Texans now.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Stroud now on 1st and 10.
That's complete. It's Collins. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Stroud to throw it. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan.
First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
Stroud looking to change the play.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
To the right side and caught by Dell.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right.
Stroud is hit, and the ball is loose.
Why do you go out and trade for a guy like this defensively? Well, an instant impact in your pass rush is reason number 1.
And let's think about it. You want a guy who can create big plays for your team. Takeaways, fumbles, you name it. That's what you want from a big-time player on the defensive side of the ball.
Got his man, Dell.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Here's Tommy Townsend now,
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is taken at the 18.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on the touch pass.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
Second down and 8.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on E. Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
The Vikings at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Throwing is Hurts. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it.
They're going to try and throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
I'll tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. 4th down, this is taking a big risk. But it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a 1st down, but a big play as well.
They run for the first time with Ty Chandler.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff to Chandler.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Ty Chandler
taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was finished off with a touchdown run from Ty Chandler.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field.
They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Stroud. Looking for his man on the out route, and he's got Diggs.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. That catch is number 819 of his career. It ties him with Hall of Famer Steve Largent,
who did things largely below the radar. Not this guy. 819 catches, that speaks loudly in volumes.
1st and 10, it's Stroud.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
The throwing again is Stroud.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted.
Mekhi Blackman's got it. And the Vikings are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A little jet sweep to start the drive.
Second down and 6 now from the 26.
An inside give to Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On the carry, this is Myles Gaskin. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Hurts throw going into the hands of Williams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Running on first down with Gaskin. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 2nd and 4. They can still get a first down without scoring. Another run with Gaskin. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Myles Gaskin, a 6-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 9-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Myles Gaskin touchdown run. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Houston set to take over. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
And a nice strong run there by Mixon. And the Texans, they decided a year ago after ranking 28th in rushing offense that they needed Joe Mixon. He's coming off another impressive season in Cincinnati where he surpassed 1,400 all-purpose yards, and he will be the lead runner for this Texans team.
On first down, here's Stroud. And Diggs has it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Stroud on third down now. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The 2nd down throw now from Stroud. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Here's Stroud. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1. And yeah, I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Charles, we get a look there at the draft class for this offense. What do you make of it?
Well, overall, I like the balance of the guys that they selected because, to me, they got a few guys who can step in and play right away, which is exactly what you want. But they also drafted for the future as well. They've got some guys who might need a year or two on the practice squad, so then we'll find out if they can actually play.
Williams, the man in motion left. Hurts sets up to throw it. This is caught by Williams. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Vikings. Jamison Williams, 63 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Stroud now on second down. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
But first down, Hurts. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
They'll throw now on the final play. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you, too, in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. And they'll start out here with a jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 56 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Back to Nwangu again on first down.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangu. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Now for the point after.
And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now.
So that one, an 8-play drive. It spanned.
$75 yards. And it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Here's the Texans offense now. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. In motion left comes Williams. Hurts. He's got a man. Complete. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison, 79 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Now Hurts looking to change the play. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Up the middle, Jones. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go again to Jones. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and when the offensive line has executed well today, to try and get him over 100 yards.
It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs.
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use him more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead, usually not as fumble prone either.
No, that is so true because they are taught. Take care of the ball as you surge forward, and you often see them with both hands wrapped around it when they go through the line.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run here with Gaskin. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. That is caught. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
Boy, that was a big gamble for them right there. They went for it on 4th down, showed a little chutzpah because they did it with the lead here in the 4th quarter. And this defense is once again unable to stop them.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right of the yard. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Here's Chandler. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Ty Chandler with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And a lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was finished off with a touchdown run from Ty Chandler. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. That one looks like he'll throw here. That's the rookie first-round pick, Xavier Legette. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
flag accepted. Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Got a man, that's Leggett. And he'll be out right at the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Back to throw now on first down. That one complete to Leggett. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. From the gun, it's Hurts. That one complete to Leggett. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, it wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Vikings, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.